Hey guys, APAP here, and welcome to a quick review that I'm recording without very little planning, or with very little planning even. I'm in the middle of preparing an entire, 1 month long extravaganza in July for the channel's 10-year anniversary, but I've been playing a ton of the new Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on my PlayStation 5, and I didn't want to upload a day one video of it because I knew everyone on the planet had already released gameplay of it even before the game was out. So I'm like, that was pointless. I'm just going to show you some footage I captured on my PlayStation and just kind of sing praises of this game. It very well might be like one of my favorite games ever. I've always said Jack 2 was my favorite game, but this game comes close to perfect in every single way. I haven't even updated it. I'm not even sure if there is an update out for it. I disconnected my PlayStation from the internet, and actually it needed an update, or my system software needed an update. So I've been playing the game completely off of what was on the disc, and even that is pretty flawless. I did have one glitch that I managed to get myself out of like halfway through the game. By the way, I'm already like 60% through the game. I've been playing it a ton since it came out. It crashed a couple times. Never really set me back at all. The PS5 tends to do that when I'm playing games for long periods of times. It just stops and says error. I don't know if that's a PS5 issue or what, but the gameplay, the animation, just everything is amazing. And I better start actually talking about the game because I'm not showing my face right now. So, the graphics, I'm just going to talk about that first. Oh my gosh, it is like nothing I've ever seen before. I just got done playing Mass Effect on PS3, and jumping from that into this just blew my mind. So, the fur on the characters is not just present in cutscenes, they look like that all the time. Speaking of which, cutscenes are always melding into the gameplay where sometimes you don't even realize, oh, I'm in control now, because I'm pretty sure the cutscene graphics are exactly the same as the gameplay graphics. It is superb, like possibly even better than the movie. It is so detailed, seeing the tech, not just the textures, but the fact that it really does look like Ratchet and Rivet have fur. It is incredible. There was one level later on in the game where just a certain random section has snow in it. You're barely in it for like more than 5 minutes, but just standing in the snow actually melts the snow, and I could walk around for a while and I never noticed any of my snow prints disappearing. So like, they bothered to program that in when they really didn't need to, and just the sheer amount of stuff they have going on. I remember games that try to kind of go for this look, like Sonic Unleashed and just other modern 3D platformers. Sometimes they throw too much on screen and it drops the frame rate. I've never noticed any frame rate drops in this, and there is so much going on at all times. Not just like, the fur physics on your character, but the hundreds of little bolts flying around, which don't seem to disappear anymore. You know how in old games, like if you didn't pick up points quick enough, they disappear. You can go a pretty good time without worrying about your points disappearing. So I know everyone's going to talk about the graphics, but that is just incredible. Especially playing it on a 4K television. Just, yes. I am very thankful that we finally got a 3D platformer with the amount of effort put into it that I feel like 3D platformers used to get. Now we only really get indie games, indie people more interested in 3D platformers, but to actually have a AAA 3D platformer, very much appreciated. Gameplay is actually extremely similar to any other Ratchet and Clank. You have armor, but I believe the armor abilities just are permanently affixed to your character, so it's mainly an aesthetic thing. I could be wrong. Again, I've only played it for a day. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as long as I hoped. It's about as long as any other Ratchet and Clank game. I'll just say that. It's not like a 100-hour game. It's not a 5-hour game. It's maybe 10 to 15-hour game. But again, I don't know. I'm at like 60%. But it is longer than, say, any of the Sly Cooper games. Um, Probably twice as long as those. But anyways, gameplay super classic. You got armor, you got tons of weapons that you can buy. You go to different worlds, and there's side missions that you can do, or optional missions. Um, yeah, just everything about Ratchet and Clank is there. Everything feels the same. The weapons are great. I really feel like I would only be repeating myself for any other Ratchet and Clank game when I talk about the gameplay. I'm very happy that they didn't just like try to change everything. You have these jet boots that you eventually unlock that are really cool. They're basically like roller skates, and you don't just use them on the map where you get them. You can then use them throughout any part of the game and just use them as a faster sprint button. The story, I was kind of worried about this because I didn't watch any of the pre-release stuff. I usually kind of isolate myself from all the hype media because I just want to experience the game once it comes out. And I was very much worried with how much attention Rivet was getting, that like maybe the prologue was going to be Ratchet and then the entire game was going to be Rivet. No, it's pretty 50-50 actually. Just certain worlds that you go to, you play as Rivet, and certain worlds you go to, you play as Ratchet. They kept it equal, and I like that because, in a Ratchet and Clank game, you should be playing Ratchet for at least 50% of the game. Speaking of which, Rivet is a very cool character. I was again worried that, I don't know, they were going to make it too stereotypical or do something weird, just like creating a character for the interest of getting people interested. But no, she's a very thought out character and extremely cool. And I actually wouldn't mind them making a spin-off game with just Rivet because she's a really cool character, and I'd hate to see her like disappear after this game. I really hope they do keep making Ratchet and Clank games because I could buy a million of these. You know how they have a ton on the PS2? I would love to see that happen on the PS5 because this is just, I'm just ranting into a microphone now. It is so good. I'm so upset that more people can't play it because we can't get PS5s out to people fast enough. Again, there's plenty of playthroughs up already. Someone I know, Daxter Master, has already uploaded like pretty much a full playthrough of the game. I think he's on like part 4 or 5, and every episode he uploads is like half an hour to an hour long. So you can go check that out. I'm not sure if he does commentary or not, but it's there. All the characters are super wholesome, and I don't really disagree with any of the choices they've made, which is great. Um, Honestly, I think this writing is better than a lot of movies that have come out lately. And it's a standalone story. You can play this and have never played Ratchet and Clank before, which I think is great. Maybe the first one just to get an idea of what the heck's going on. But also, I really love I forget her name, but it's just like this little hacking robot, which is kind of like those missions in Sly Cooper Thieves of Time when Bentley hacks into things. She just has her own cute little story arc of being like a nervous hacking bot that slowly gets more confident in hacking, and it's just super cute. Everything about this game is super cute. Um, I love it. I can't say I love it enough. But here's some footage. Here's me talking, and this is all I could come up with that could be vaguely unique, is my opinion, because everyone else has already said everything else to do with the game, so I'm just giving you my opinion. So there's my opinion. Oh, they also have a battle arena. I've only ever done it as Rivet. I'm not sure if you can do it as Ratchet, where you just unlock points and different armor pieces. Also, the armor seems exactly the same on Ratchet and Rivet. I'm not actually sure if they made any differences, which I think is nice. You don't have to worry about them just having super stereotypical female armor on Rivet or something. So the armor looks exactly the same. They When you set your armor, it doesn't auto equip to the other character, so you can actually have them wearing different armors if that matters to you. You also can change the color of the armor, and I also forgot to mention that in the battle arenas you can unlock, I think they're bolts. They look like bolts. Is that what they're called? Again, I'm more of a Jack and Daxter fan. They're not power cells, they're just unlockable bolt looking things. There was a reference in this to Sly Cooper. They were collecting data on the or like different universes, and one of them actually referenced seeing like Sly Cooper on a heist, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they actually like threw that in there. I would love to see a crossover between Ratchet and Clank. This is pretty much the end of the review. This is still just me talking. I'd love to see a Ratchet and Clank Sly Cooper crossover. I know we all wanted a Ratchet and Clank Jack and Daxter crossover, but with Sly 4 ending the way it was, and them, I don't know how this game ends, but with them being able to travel through different universes, they could totally have Ratchet like meet Sly Cooper in a different universe, and that would be amazing. Um, Anyways, those are my thoughts and words and some gameplay. I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much with my random words, and I will see you guys in the future with tons of July content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.